Okay, I've been having some trouble getting these videos to go, so I started writing this, but I'll go back over it. So we're going to start off with, is this a function? And if we remember on the last video, we talked about our vertical line test. So this is a function, this is not. If we see on this one, anytime we make a vertical line, it would only cross one time, so it is a function. Then our domain and range. Domain, we remember, goes this way. So I went in here and I drew from where it starts on this side, there's nothing here, then it starts right here, and then it goes all the way over till I get to here, and it stops right there. And then I did the domain. I started here at the bottom where it starts, nothing below there, and I went up to where it stops right there. Now to write these in, to do my domain in interval notation, now remember we had this in our last video, this is where it does not include because it's an open circle, or it does include because it's a closed circle. This is my interval notation. It starts over here. I'm going to start at the negative side, and I'm going to start at -4 with an open circle, a curved one. And then it goes all the way over till I get to 9 right here with the square bracket. For the domain, I start at the bottom, come up. Nothing happens till I get here. And I know that's exactly -3.5 because it tells me right here, and it's a closed circle. So I've got the square bracket, 3.5. Then it goes all the way up till I get to here, which is at 5. Open circle, so it's curved. Now for my inequalities, because this is only one piece, unlike this one, remember this was 2 pieces, so I had to write it as 2 parts here. But this is only one piece here, one orange piece. So I can just write it as one piece here with the x in the middle and my 2 less than signs. And it's just going to be exactly like this. So this is -4, -4. I'm not including this in, so it doesn't have the equals. And then it goes all the way over here to 9, so it's 9, and it does include that in, so it's got the equals. And then the same thing for the y. Start at the bottom, -3.5 with the equals, because we're including this one up to +5 here. I wrote the wrong one, 5, just like I had 5 there. Doesn't include this one because it's an open circle there. All right, then on these next few questions, we want to remember that when we have f of x equals y, whatever number's inside the parentheses, that's my x. And whatever this whole f of is equal to, that's my y. So here, this is my x at 3, and it wants to know what y is. Well, if I look at x equals 3 is right here. And if I come down, I see my y is at -2. Now this next one is the opposite. Now they want to know if y is 3, what's x? Well, if y is 3, that's y is 3 is right here. And I have 2 different values. I have -3 right here, or I have 6. Now it says f at 0. So the 0, that's my x. The part inside is the x, and it wants to know what's y. Well, x is 0. That's on the green line here, and here y is -3. Now it wants to know what if 0 is y. Well, that's on the orange line, that's along here, so I've got 3 of them. I've got this one at -2, I've got this one at 4, and I've got this one at 8. Now it's asking me, where is f of x less than 0? So where is y less than 0? Well, y is equal to 0 on the orange line, so I want anything below it, not including, notice this is not including exactly on the orange line. So I'm going to be using less than signs, so I just want things less than. So it starts here and it goes from here to here. In fact, I'm going to draw this in with another color. From here to here, it's less than. And then from here to here, it's less than. So I've got 2 pieces. This piece is going to go from -2 to 4. And I'm going to choose interval notation. I could use inequality notation if I wanted, either one. And then from here, I'm going to go from 8 to 9. All right, zeros is just another way of saying x-intercepts. And it's another way of saying roots. So it's where is it touching the x-axis? Well, that's, again, same place where I had this. It's at -2, 4, and 8. My y-intercept is where it's crossing the y-axis, and again, it's right here at -3. Then it says, is this 1-to-1? Well, remember on our last video, we talked about Is it a function is the vertical line test, and is it one-to-one is the horizontal line test? So we need to see if it would go a horizontal line test. Well, anywhere that I look at here, it's going to cross it at more than one place. So that's going to be a no. And finally, it says, where is f of x equal to -2? Well, f of x, this is again y. Where is y -2? Well, it's right along this line here. And I've got two places. I've got right here at -1, and I've got right here at 3. Then the last thing we did on the first one was we talked about these discontinuities, and there's 3 kinds. There's the one that's called the infinite discontinuity. This is one where this is going to -infinity and this is going to +infinity. When they're going in 2 different directions, they're literally both going out super fast in 2 opposite directions, and that's how we get the infinite discontinuity, because these 2 ends are infinitely far apart. Our next one is called a jump, and I kind of think about it, if I had a little guy walking along this line, to get from here up to that one, he would have to jump up to the next one. It's not an infinite distance, it's just a little jump up to the next one, and that's a jump discontinuity. And then finally, a removable discontinuity is when I just have one little hole in it. If I was walking along the line, it's like there's one little pothole in the line, and you can just keep walking right past it, because that one little hole in the line would not stop you. That's a removable one. So let's look at these 3 examples, and we're going to look at each piece. Right here, what kind do we have? Well, this one, because this is going all the way to -infinity, this would be an infinite discontinuity. This is an infinite discontinuity. This one right here would be a jump. Then on this one, what's this kind right here? Well, there's no jump in it, so this one right here would just be a removable. Then over here, this one would be a jump, because I would jump from here, jump down.